Jack of all trades. Hey, I'm your host, Lamar L.A. Smith, and welcome to another episode of the Jack of All Trades podcast. Today, I'm with my friend, Noelle IG. She's a
Hi.
junior at the University of Alabama and soon to be an Alabama grad student. You getting your MBA, right?
Yes.
Getting your MBA.
Just got in a few days ago, so I'm very excited.
Congrats.
Thank
Congrats
you.
on that. Congrats on that.
Thank you so much.
So, me and Noelle go way back, way back. I was her TA and counselor at the Discover the World of Communications camp. You're, I don't know if I said this.
5 years
Was that?
ago?
It
Like
was.
5 years ago, I think.
It's only like 3. It feels longer than that. It was the summer of 2017. It feels
Okay.
like we've
Oh,
known
wow.
each other longer than that, though.
Yeah.
I don't know if I said this to you directly, but I think of you kind of like as a little sister, like a mentee. So seeing you, doing all the things that you're doing, like I just get so proud every time I
Oh.
see you accomplish something.
Oh, thank you, Lamar. That means a lot.
Yeah, we also I think I still had the V, but like we also had like a secret handshake or whatever. It was actually pretty,
It was pretty elaborate.
It is pretty
About 5
elaborate.
minutes long.
I'm extra, so of course I'm the one who came up with it. But enough with memory lane. We're gonna get to the topic today, and that's grad school. What's next? I just feel like in general, you get to a certain point in college, and you're like, dang, I've been here for a nice little minute. Like,
That's how
what
I'm feeling
do
exactly
I
right now.
do? What do I do next? Like, where do I go next? And me, I was kind of in your position, but it was different. I thought about grad school, but I didn't apply yet. I was still like in this limbo kind of when I was a junior. But you're already in. So it's a little, so that may change, some of your answers and
Yeah.
some of these questions a little bit. But I've had the pleasure of knowing you like even before you got to college. So like what was your mindset coming into college, like career wise, like major wise, all of that stuff?
Well, I feel like a lot of kids come into college not really knowing what they want to do. I didn't really know exactly what I wanted to do, but I knew what my strengths were. So that was something that I honed in on and helped me a lot. I've always been a great communicator. I love speaking in front of large groups of people. Um, in high school, I did a little bit of dance and theater. So I think that helped build my confidence speaking in front of people, especially adults. So I knew I wanted to do something within communication. I decided to go the public relations route. That's my major, PR. And I'm not so sure if I should have chose advertising or not. It's kind of late in the game to switch, but lately I've been really into creating, specifically on InDesign. That's something that I've really enjoyed using and learning this semester. Um, I would like to one day work for a company such as um, Morphe Cosmetics or Urban Decay. I'm really into beauty and clothes. So I want to go I want to stick with PR or advertising of the sorts, but I want to go the more creative side instead of doing your typical um,
Yeah.
like insurance or anything like that. I want to go more creative with PR. So that's the only like idea I have right now.
Hmm.
And like you said, I just got into graduate school, so then I'll get my MBA in public relations or advertising or whatever I choose.
Cool. I mean, that makes sense. I mean, you have a better better idea than most people I know. So
Kind
that
of, not really. I think maybe I just word it better. I don't know if I know exactly what I'm doing. I just know that I really feel confident about public relations and speaking to people. And I've done really well in all of my major classes. So that gives me a little more confidence as well.
Mhm. That's good. That's good. That's nice to hear. All right. So obviously you got in. So that's the first step. But
Mhm.
when did you consider, like realistically consider, okay, I want to go to grad school, or that's like an option?
Okay, so I started really early with this program.
Hmm.
I've been in these classes since my freshman year, second semester. Technically, you're supposed to start the beginning, like the first semester of freshman year, but I didn't even know the program existed. Because first you have to be in the honors college, and then you have to start taking these GBA classes. And you're supposed to stay in the same cohort, or at least try to, so you have the same professor all along. I didn't, because my schedule kind of got messed up sophomore year, but it was a good thing. I switched to a different professor, and we've just gotten very, very close. And at one point, I was very hesitant about even applying. I was going to drop the program altogether because, I'm on the create path. So we have kids who are in create path and STEM path. And, STEM path is more like your engineers and your business majors, your accountants. And then I'm like, hi, I'm in public relations. I like to draw and do makeup. And like, I just felt kind of out of touch with everyone else's background, especially with math and certain topics. But the whole point of taking these classes was to help get into this 1-year graduate program to get your MBA. Instead of getting it in 2 years, you get it in 1. And it came to a certain point this year, because of coronavirus, a lot of things changed, and they waived the GRE entrance exams. And I get really bad test taking anxiety. That's one thing I still haven't mastered. I'm really, really anxious when I take big exams like that. And even if I know what I'm doing, I'll just screw up and I'll do poorly. So they waived that, and my GPA is a 3.8. So I have a great GPA. I have a great connection with the professor. And I have recently started getting to know my classmates better now that we're kind of all locked into the same cohort. So that kind of gave me more reassurance that maybe this was the right fit for me. And then meeting other kids in the create path, or recently reaching out to other girls in my sorority who I didn't even know were in the program. We have 400 girls in a sorority at Bama. So this year I kind of focused on making connections, and in doing so, that built my confidence up even more. And then we kind of got the bulk of the math load out of the way. Like, we did finance and accounting already. So now it's more qualitative reasoning, which is more up my alley. So now I feel like I'm smooth sailing. I got into the program. But yeah, I didn't know right away. I just was taking it because this class, if I didn't want to get into the graduate program, or I didn't want to apply at Alabama, at least I'd be getting my honors college credits. So it was like, you're not wasting credits anyway. But now I know this is for me, and I definitely want to get it in 1 year instead of 2, because why not?
Cool. I mean, that's
Maybe some
smart.
money.
Yeah, that's what I said. Save
Yeah.
money.
My dad's like, oh, this is great.
So hold up. How did you end up finding about the program then? Because you said most people start first semester, but you end up starting second.
I don't even really remember how I found out. I think my dad got an email from the honors college, and he was like, oh, you should check this out. I'm pretty sure that's how it went down, because that was so long ago now, I don't even really remember fully. But yeah, I think that's how we found out about it. And I started taking the classes. I really was so confused at first with how all of this worked out, because I jumped in late in the game. So all of the debriefing and everything was, so I was just like, I guess I'm just here. I'm going to go with the flow. I'm getting my credits anyway. But then I ended up really loving my professor. And, Alabama is a big school. And I get asked this question a lot, if I am close with certain professors. And like, if kids have connections with professors, is that even a thing at a school with 30 to 60,000 kids? And for me, I'm really thankful to be in the honors college, because, when you go to a school that big, you're going to have a variety of different kids. You're going to have kids who take school very seriously, and that's their whole entire lives, and that's all they do. And then you're going to have kids who go out and party all the time, because I get it, it's Alabama. It's a fun school.
Yeah, makes sense.
But I kind of find myself like in the middle, if not more on like the more disciplined side, because I've always just prioritized school. That's always how I've been. My dad always, we always, that was our thing. He was like, if you do well in school, he's like, I'll always be there for you and always support you. And we can do nice things and celebrate when you do well. So that was always kind of a motivation. And then it became more like self-motivation. I didn't really need that at a certain point. Like in high school, I noticed a transition. It was just that I wanted to do well for myself, which I think is really important. But yeah, being in the honors college, getting back to what I was saying, it's been really good for me, because it's given me structure, it's given me discipline. But I don't think I would have had the same connections with professors if I wasn't in the honors college, because the school's massive.
Understandable. I feel I do empathize on that point to an extent, because obviously I wasn't honors anything, I'm just Lamar. But I think being in the communications college, the journalism school at UK, another SEC school,
Yeah.
uh, it is a similar environment where because that school or that community is smaller within a larger community, it doesn't feel overwhelming. Because a lot of
Yeah, not at
times
all.
I knew all my professors. A lot of them I had their phone numbers, like the
Mhm.
whole nine. So like if I had a question about something or assignment, like I could text them, or you
Yeah.
know, I could just walk in their office type of deal. So
I
I,
noticed
that
too within
helps.
communications at Alabama, um, the classes are really small for my department because I think there's only 2,000 kids total in communications.
Sounds about right.
So I have so many friends. Every semester I look around, I have at least 4 friends that I know in my classes.
Yeah.
This semester I had a class with 8 people I knew, which is a lot. And, it was only a 100-person class, so 8 people in a 100-person class is a decent amount, and they were all pretty close friends, so, we would, like, help make sure we were all, like, getting our stuff done on time and, like, "Do we have a test this week or something?" It just makes life easier.
Yeah.
And, I met my best friend in class, in public relations class, and she's from Long Island, and then, 3 other kids in that class were also from Long Island, so it's just weird how everything works out.
Hey, you be surprised, like you said, like that interconnectedness is cool. And I
Mhm.
know, like for me in my classes, there were classes I had in journalism where I knew half the class, if not majority of people in the class, because we only had like 20 people in the class. Or there
Yeah.
were classes where I knew everyone in the class because these classes build on one another and like everyone just kind of just moves up if you pass, if you think
Mhm.
about it. So, because I had one of my other friends on here, it was funny because I met her like on the back half of college, but because we were in the same major, every single semester we had a class together.
In class, yeah.
So
Yeah, it's usually how it works
pretty
out.
pretty cool to just be in that position.
It is, yeah. I like it.
All right. Obviously I know doing it in 1 year had to be a amazing selling point. But was there at any point that you think, okay, maybe I could look at other grad schools, or maybe there's
Yeah.
another program that I might be interested in outside of Alabama?
Oh, for sure. Um, it the thing that stinks about it, and if I'm just being honest, the thing that really stinks about it is I'm gonna be doing an extra year, and majority of my friends will have graduated already. So I'm going to be there basically by myself. I don't know if I'm going to be living alone or living with someone in the program. There's really only 2 kids in the class that I've gotten to know fairly well this semester, and they're both very, very nice people. But it's still fairly new, our friendship, and that's scary to me because I'm a very social and extroverted person, and I kind of know myself and know how I am, and I can get lonely very quickly. And this
Yeah,
year was very hard because you can't do the normal things that you can, obviously, with the pandemic going on. But sometimes I feel like it's just you have to take a risk and you have to do things that are uncomfortable if they're gonna benefit you in the long run. And so this is gonna be something that is different for me. Thank you. It's gonna be very different and it will be difficult, and I'm not gonna pretend it's not, but it's just such a smooth transition. I'll finish undergrad, then I have 1 more year, stay in Alabama. I don't have to take all my stuff and, ship everything to a different state like you did.
yeah,
So that I mean, there's pros and cons of everything. I also thought of maybe going to NYU or something like that. But then again, like the GRE, I'd have to study for that, and that might take me several months. And then when am I going to find the time to study for that? Most likely after undergrad or over the summer, but I'm going to be doing classes and another internship hopefully. So I just think this is going to be the fastest way for me to get it, and it might be painful, and I might be coming home a little bit more than usual, but it's fine. I'll make it work.
I mean, you're gonna be fine. Like
Yeah.
you're gonna do big
Something's telling me
things.
to
You're gonna
do
be
it.
fine.
Something's telling me, like, I need to do it, and, like, I don't know. I'm very intuitive, so I'm trying to listen to up there.
Yeah, I mean, you should like definitely stick to your gut. It's guiding you this far. I know just like similarities as far as your situation. I had one of my other guests and one of my other friends that was on here. She is from New York and she went to UK. So she went to Syracuse for graduate school because it was closer to home. And Syracuse also has an amazing journalism program.
Yeah,
So it was
it's one of
like
the
it was like a
best.
slam dunk. So,
Yeah.
but me, I was in a slightly different far as location, but similar mindset when you said far as okay, I'm going to be going on and doing this, different thing, and I'm kind of having to start from scratch in a way.
Mhm.
Me, I don't know if we ever talked about it, but I, for the first time in my entire life, I'm telling you, I visited all types of different places. I went to school out of state for 4 years. This was the first time in my entire life that I was homesick,
Oh,
and
I know
that
we did talk about that once or
yeah,
twice.
that
Oh,
first semester was so rough. Like
oh,
I didn't like being in Phoenix. Like I miss Kentucky.
oh.
I talked about Kentucky so much, people would have thought that I was from Kentucky. People did think I was from Kentucky. And I was like, no, I'm from
I think
DC.
I even did at one point.
Yeah, that's how much I love that school and I love, the city of Lexington. So I think what will help you is that even though it'll feel, weird or you'll have some anxiousness about it, you at least know somebody. I mean, I knew like one person or two people when I got here, so that helped a little bit. And
Mhm.
then you're still in a familiar area, so like at least you're not having to move. Like at least you have the comfort of knowing that you're still gonna be in Tuscaloosa,
Yeah.
opposed to like if you had to,
Mm,
go to somewhere else across the country, et cetera.
yeah.
So I think the main part of that of like just being in a familiarity will help ease some of those tensions. And then
Yeah.
also, real quick, I don't want to scramble on because I can give you advice anytime, but just know that like I said, you're right. In order to grow, you got to make yourself uncomfortable. So if this is making you uncomfortable, then that is a sign that
It's
this
a good
is
thing.
yeah, this is a good thing, and this is going to lead you, to bigger and better things.
Yep.
Like we both know it will be.
Most likely, yeah. I hope so. That's what I'm hoping for, but it's still scary. It doesn't take any of that away from it. It's still scary, but I have to do it, and I'm gonna get my MBA eventually. Might as well do it now and just get it over with and not have to think about it ever again.
That was something I also thought about because I'm like, I'm already in this mindset, like, let me just get school done with. Like, I don't want to have to come back here.
Yeah, because
So
I know myself too. If I wait, I don't
I'm
think
not
I'm
gonna
gonna
want to do it. Yeah, I'm
I'll be like, "Dad, what's wrong? Like, I have a great job already. I'm all set. Like, they love me there. I'm not gonna go now and just I'll be like, "Dad, relax." Like, and then I'll just never do it. So let's just do it now, get it over with. I've also done a lot of research, and it looks like PR majors make a lot more money when they get
hmm.
their MBA. Not every major it affects that much, but for some reason, for PR students, it affects. So I don't know. Just gonna go with the flow.
All right. That leads into, my next question. How do you ultimately, obviously you're not psychic, but how do you ultimately see this, impacting your future overall?
I think first most, it's going to give me a lot more career opportunities. I think having your MBA is something that's really important nowadays because we're going into like kids my age who are graduating this year or last year or even next year. This is a horrible time to start looking for
Yeah.
jobs. The job market is just not there. People don't want to hire right now. We're in an economic recession, obviously. So it's just really bad timing um, to put it bluntly. It's just horrible timing. But I think having my MBA in PR or in marketing or advertising or whatever, I think that's going to set me apart from most kids my age. I think it will also set me apart from a lot of girls as well, because I mean, I could be wrong about this, but just when I look around in my classroom at UA, in those classes that I'm already in, there's two other girls. So that was another part of it too, of why I was scared is there weren't a lot of other girls in the program, and I only really knew one in my class, and still do. Um, But then it also makes me think, okay, this could be my edge. If I get my MBA, maybe this could be my edge. I don't know the statistics if it's equal in terms of men and women
Yeah.
having their MBA. Um, but I imagine probably more men have it than women. I also just think that people respect someone with their master's because they understand the ins and outs of what goes into their business, and how hard things can be at times. So I feel like people who hire students, or young kids in their 20s, they have more respect for those who have their masters, or at least that's what I've heard or thought of, and I don't know, compiled.
No, I feel like that's a safe perception. I think not in every instance, but I do feel like when they see a master's on your resume, they feel like, oh, he's serious about this
Mhm.
because, you know, we're at first it was a phase where getting a bachelor's was like, okay, you're like a step above. Now it's like the new needle is like master's. So if you got a
Yeah.
master's, it's like, oh, like he's really like on it because just you have to really have to have that mindset in order to get the graduate degree because graduate school is a different animal just in general.
And it's different now than it was 30, 40 years ago. I mean, I don't know about you, but when my parents were younger, not everyone went to college. Vast
Yeah,
majority didn't. Where nowadays, at least in America, the vast majority of kids do go to college or community college or get certified in something at the very minimum. But that is the reality of it is things are changing rapidly, and before just having undergrad, that was excellent. Now it's like, okay, that's great, but this person has this, and it's just very competitive. So that makes me very anxious, but I'm doing the best I can to get that edge, like I said.
no, I definitely feel that. Yeah, my mom and dad same boat. Like when they went to college, like people weren't going to college on a regular. Like that wasn't the norm, like you said.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, done with that part of
Mhm.
this. So we're gonna get to the more
The fun part?
exciting part. Yes, the fun
Yay.
part. The fun part. All right. So first things first, I got something that I just really thought of like 5 minutes before. I'm not gonna even lie.
Okay,
It's
don't
not,
embarrass me, please. I
I'm not gonna
don't know what you're
embarrass
about
you.
to
It's
say.
all right. So it's like a rank 'em game. So
Okay.
that I'm not, but I don't have the ranks, but I do want to know. All right, if you could rank your top 5 college moments thus far, like what would you say? Or like your top 5 memories, if that makes it easier.
Top 5 memories. Okay. Some of them I probably can't say, so I'm just gonna say the ones
Yeah,
I can
yeah,
say.
just skip them. Yeah,
Definitely. Okay, my
yeah,
first
yeah, just
favorite
skip them.
memory, is my first game day ever,
Okay, okay.
especially transitioning from a private school where our sports teams were god awful, like, people mocked us. So going from no sports or, like, lack of, school rivalry and stuff like that because we were literally the worst at
Yeah,
everything, except for maybe soccer. Um, Going from that to UA, it was just so crazy the first game
yeah,
day. I remember, all the guys, like, had game day dates that were in fraternities, and, we went with a group of my guy friends, and then, we ran into some of my friends in my sorority, and, we went to the quad, and for the first time, I saw, like, just how massive game days were, and tailgates, the crazy tailgates, and it was just so cool, and, like, dads are walking down the street shotgunning with their sons. I'm like, "What's going on?" Like, I literally love college, but, like, what's going on? So first game day, that was one of them. Um, Date parties are always I don't have, like, one specific date party that was
that's
my
fine.
favorite. Going to NOLA, New Orleans,
Oh yeah, I do remember you going on that trip.
that was sick. That was the coolest trip. It was like one of the first trips I ever went on, but
Mhm.
that was such a cool experience. And it was just so crazy. It was also another time where I kind of took a risk because I didn't really know anyone going. The kid who asked me, who's now my boyfriend, but the kid who asked me at the time, I only knew from class. I met him in my public relations class. I know that sounds crazy, but like, I was like,
Hey,
he's from New York. He had driven me to the airport a few
yeah,
times, and he was really nice. And a lot of my
it's
friends were
fate.
going. with other kids, and I was like, I'm gonna go with him, and we had the best time. And he was super nice, and like all the girls that were on the trip were super friendly to me, so that was nice. But yeah, date parties, NOLA, first game day. Um, that's like my top 3 memories. I don't know if I could name 5. I'd have to think.
All right, I'll take the 3. I'll take the
Yeah.
3. I'll take the 3. All right, and then last one before we get you out of here is I did this earlier on another episode, and I thought this would be fun. All right, if you could go to dinner with any 5 people, dead or alive, but the catch is they have to either be from Alabama or be an Alabama alum.
Okay, so I
You can
only
look it up on your phone if you don't know, because I had another girl do this. I only know because I looked it up before we got on here.
okay, so I can choose like friends?
Yeah, it could be friends, it could be, famous people, whoever, like your 5, like whoever you want to invite to dinner.
Okay, well, this
From
narrows things
Alabama or
down because
alum.
I have friends from the South, but not all of them are from Alabama specifically. But the first one that definitely popped into my head, Alexa Snow. She's crazy. She's from Hoover. She's super, very hardworking and goal oriented, but she's really fun. Like she's crazy. I'm gonna look up celebrities from Alabama. Did they have to go to UA or just from Alabama?
They could be from Alabama or have went to UA, either or. That way it could be easier. Because I looked it up and I was like, if I do just went to UA, then everyone is going to be an Alabama football player.
Oh my
And
god.
that wouldn't be fun.
Yeah,
So
that's true. Um, what the heck? Debbie Ryan? Like that's literally the worst option ever. Why is she from Alabama? That's the first thing I saw.
that's
Oh, Channing
surprising.
Tatum. Okay, we're
Oh
good now.
yeah, I saw
Okay,
that. I saw
yep.
that. So Channing Tatum,
Okay,
that's
so he's
2.
definitely on the list.
All
Oh,
right.
him, me, and Alexa, we're on the list together. Gucci Mane. Oh, okay, we're done. That's 4.
Hold on, Gucci Mane. Hold on, is Gucci really from
Born in
Alabama?
Alabama, yeah.
Atlanta. Oh dang,
Apparently he's born
that's
in Alabama.
dope.
I didn't even know that. Oh, the more you know. Rosa Parks from Alabama too.
Yeah.
But I don't think she would fit in with Gucci Mane and Channing Tatum. So
Yeah, they would be a little too late. Oh, dang, he was born in Alabama. All
that's so
right, so
weird. I
you
didn't even know
you
that.
got 3. You got 3 people.
Okay. And then Alexa. Well, we'll stick with celebrities. Um, hmm. This is a
Trying to
long
think.
one.
Charles Barkley was on there when I looked it up. You had, I think, like Willie Mays, but you don't know baseball.
I know baseball pretty well, but I
All
honestly only
right.
know the Yankees.
Yeah, that's what I'm
My dad's
saying.
a
I
diehard.
know. I mean, everyone knows Charles Barkley. That's why I said him. Trying to think of who else that I saw on it. I saw like,
Famous. Who is this one? Oh, I can't even pull it up. That stinks. What's her name? Can you
oh,
see?
Courtney Cox from Friends. Yeah, I saw.
Yes. Okay. Yeah, her, and then
She's
Alexa. So that's
hilarious.
5.
Hold up.
Beyonce's not from Alabama, is she?
No, she's from
Oh,
Houston. That's 4. You
okay.
can't count yourself. Like 5 people
I
outside.
said Channing Tatum, Gucci Mane, what's her name?
Alexis. How
Alexa
you
Snow.
forget your friend?
Oh, no, I was talking about the other celebrity. And then,
And then Courtney Cox from Friends. That's 4.
okay, that is 4. But who else is from Alabama? I don't, the rest of this list kind of stinks.
Uh,
Fanny Flagg? Who the hell is that?
you said
Fanny
who?
Flagg. Fanny Flagg. I've never heard of that person
I've
in my life.
never heard that person either.
She looks kind of old. No, I was gonna say maybe Debbie Ryan because like people can just make fun of her the whole time, but
she was cool on that show.
I
Jesse.
can't.
I ain't gonna
No, it's
lie, I
so
watched
corny.
it. Hold
No, it's
up.
corny.
Let me see. Who you else you got?
Can Channing Tatum bring his brother if he has one?
No, I don't know who that is. You got Condoleezza Rice. You got Charles Barkley. This is guy Jordan Fisher. Oh, they got Lionel Richie, Lil Richie.
Ooh, I didn't see that on there. I don't know what list you're looking at, but we can invite him.
Oh, Deontay Wilder. I forgot he was from there. Oh, I just looked up a Google a random list. Yeah, Lil Richie would be lit if you stick with
that'd be a good
the
mix.
artist. A good 5th.
That's another thing that I would love to do, but I don't know how much money they make or like if how I would even get into that field. but party planning would be so up my alley. And
Yeah,
like
that
you
would be
too,
dope.
I'm sure, because like that was kind of like your thing in college. But party planning or like wedding planning and just like events in general, that would be so up my alley because I love organizing and I love putting things together. Um, I think that'd be so fun.
Yeah, that is true. Now that I think about it, I forget how I was gonna do it, but that is like an element that I was thinking about adding to like one book. Haven't totally thought it through, so I'm not gonna spill the idea. But yeah, I've yeah, that would be cool. You know, party planning, wedding planning,
Yeah,
that type of deal.
that'd be cool. It's another
All right,
option.
so you got Alexis, what's her name?
Alexa. I have like
Alexa.
5 friends named Alexa from Alabama. I don't know why.
You got
Everyone's named Alexa.
Alexa Snow, you got Gucci Mane, you got Lionel Richie, you got Channing Tatum, and you got Courtney Cox from Friends,
Yes.
aka Monica. So all
Yeah.
right, that's a dope 5 though. That's a pretty good
And if we're
5.
going out with Gucci Mane, you know we're gonna eat well because
Yeah,
he's
that's
so
what I'm
easy.
saying. Yeah,
So I'll let him pick the restaurant.
y'all gonna eat well. It's gonna be a bunch of laughs and whatnot because you got some funny people, a lot of
Yeah.
people's personalities. So yeah, that's a.
Gucci Mane's the one on YouTube who has that show called Most Expensive. That's him, right?
I'm not sure. You know, Gucci Mane, the rapper, like Lemonade or
Yeah, I know who
Trap
Gucci Mane
House
is,
3. I
Lamar.
know, but I didn't know he had a YouTube show.
No, but
That's why I was confused.
some rapper has a YouTube channel and like he has, I think it's Gucci Mane. Hold on. The
Maybe. I
most
don't know.
expensivest. I think it's called the most expensivest. Yeah. Oh no, I was wrong. It's 2 Chains. It's not Gucci Mane. That you have to check out though.
That
This is
sounds
a
dope
funny
though.
ass YouTube series. He has like 100 videos, I think. He'll do like the most expensive pit bulls, the most expensive
Huh.
drink. Like there's like $1,000 drink with real gold dusted in it, like all this crazy stuff.
I gotta peep that. That
Most
actually sounds
expensive bong,
interesting.
most expensive weed, like crazy stuff. But it's just funny
Two
because it's
Chains
him.
is a character, so I know it has to be dope.
He's like low key a clown, which makes him
Yeah,
like
he's
really
hilarious.
relatable.
He's
He's just
hilarious.
goofy.
Hilarious. Hilarious dude.
Mhm.
All right, so that's all that we have for you in this week's episode of the Jack of All Trades pod. Make sure you check out the next episode on Anchor, Spotify, app, whatever you get your podcast. Check the episode out. Also, we'll post the YouTube vid as usual. Make sure you follow me on Twitter, IG at Jack Onovan. And also check out my sports podcast, Let's Talk About Sports. Put all that stuff in the bio as usual. Also, make sure you get my book, Jack of All Trades, Rise of a Party Promoter. You know,
I'm
I'm
excited.
sending out the pre-order soon. Noelle already got a copy. Telling you, you're gonna love the book. Yeah, so that's it. LA out.
Thank you for having me.